Hello and welcome to Game Dev London podcast. My name's Quang and today we're joined by Jupiter Hadley. We're going to talk to her about being a game journalist, contacting game journalists, and what you can do to get your game noticed. So to start with, Jupiter Hadley, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Jupiter Hadley. I'm a game journalist who game journalists on the interwebs. I'm a game journalist for a bunch of websites. I work freelance. I'm one of the co-creators of Big Boss Battle, Indie Games Plus, and I work with Pocket Gamer and Game Analytics and a bunch of other websites on a freelance basis, writing about primarily indie games. I also do some YouTubing in Game Jam, primarily content, and I run indiegamejams.com, the online calendar of all of the game jams in the world. And I also am the community manager at a Roblox game studio called Toya Play Studio. So definitely keeping busy.
So for game developers who are starting out and making games, they want to get the games noticed. What are the best ways they can do to get in touch with you as a game journalist?
So it's kind of a big process, like everything these days, but there's shortcuts. The long form process would be make your game, make a press kit. So it's very easy to find ways to make press kits on the internet. Rami Ishmael has his press kit thingy. Itch, the website Itch, they have a template that you can just turn an Itch game page into a press kit. You don't even need to host your game. You can just use them for a press kit. It's very easy. There are no excuses to not have a press kit. But you should use Rami Ishmael's press kit to know sort of what you need to include, because you should include screenshots. That's very important for people who want to write about your game. They need pictures. It's easier if you provide them. They need a brief description. A brief description of your studio is always nice. Links to social media is great. A video trailer link is great if you have one. Price point, platforms, future consoles, all that in one place is great, because then journalists can just piece everything together. Apart from that, you need to go about contacting journalists the right way. There are lots of ways you shouldn't contact journalists, like, I don't know, their Discord DMs, probably also not great. Making a sort of mail list before your game launches is a good idea. That's what people recommend nowadays. And having a mailing list, you basically want to have a mailing list that has the general catch for websites you think that your game would be a good fit for, and also individual writers from that site that you think would like their game. And sending out stuff to all of them, you'll get better traction. You can personalize emails, that's always nice, and you can be like, hello Jupiter, I see you love this adorable game. My game is also adorable in this way, and unique pitch. And having a unique pitch line that's not about you as a studio, but is about your game, is what journalists look for, because they need an angle to write about your game. Everything's about angles nowadays. It's great that you're a single person studio living in whatever country you're in. We have to have an angle on the game. So that's something that people seem to be a bit confused on. I was in a chat the other day on Discord, because everything's online now, and people were like, yeah, but I always talk about my studio first and I'm not getting coverage. And it's like, well, we'd be looking for a feature on your game as opposed to your studio. So.
And that concludes another Game Dev London podcast. I've been Quang, your host. You can find me on Twitter at AsobitTech, that's ASOBITECH. And our lovely guest, Jupiter Hadley, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter. It's Jupiter, the planet, _Hadley, HADLEY. I can be found most places on the interwebs under that username. If you want to support my work, you can find me on Patreon. I'm Jupiter Hadley on Patreon. And I also have like a little website at jupiterhadley.com, which is just all about me primarily.
Fantastic. And thank you everyone joined in. You can find out more about us at gamedev.london for the latest updates and the latest podcasts and stuff. We also have a Discord. You want to join that? That's lots of stuff going on there. We're building a great community, so come along. If you're watching us on YouTube, do the button clicking thing, hit the like, the comments and subscribe thing. The bell, that's it. Yeah, hit the bell thing. That's what the cool kids are doing these days. If you're one of the cool kids, you hit the bell. That's what you do. Tune in for the next week podcast. And remember, you stay awesome.
Bye.